Oh, good morning, brother Lee. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, it's been an amazing month, I must say. Yeah, it's been an amazing month. And as great as we can be, we move regardless. So, you know, when some trades don't get to go your way, there's some decisions you get to make that can be rash, that will get to affect you afterwards, right? But when you have when you have your routine deep in you, you see that some things perhaps don't get to affect you like that. So we're going over certain things that, first of all, developing a trading plan, right? That's our first, the first thing we're talking about this morning, right? Now, now when it comes to developing a trading plan, yeah, it has key elements that will help you because when you say plan, it can even sound vague because okay, what do I want to be my plan? What do I want to be my plan? Right? What do I want? But if you're able to break it down, perhaps it will be easier for you to even follow, right? No, it's not only by writing, it's about following the plan itself. In my charger. It's about following the plan itself, right? So your trading plan, just like your personal guide, just like the sailor's map. If I'm to say that you are the captain of your ship. Your map is okay. Sailor's compass rather. Your compass is what guides you, right? Your trading plan is like your own personal guide. You know, it tells you one. Let me see if I can. It tells you one when to trade, all right? How to trade, how to trade. And the last one, which is very, very most important, when to stop market in capital level, when to stop trading. This stopping here is actually an issue for so many people, right? Not knowing when to stop. Let me see if I can just not knowing when to stop, right? Because in this game, right, it's not just about making money, right? It's about building your discipline, one, building your consistency, two, and your control, right? Building your discipline, consistency, and your control, right? The essence, building discipline, consistency, right? And control, right? That's like the essence of this. Because if you're anchored, like, and if you have, I don't know how to put this. I don't know if you, as any trader here, at one point, you must have faced the temptation of over leveraging, over trading, revenge trading, name it, right? I said when a market didn't go your way, right? It happens. But when you have these rules and you are bent on it, I tell you, if you can get this, you're already more than 70% of traders, because 70% of traders don't actually have this. That's why when it comes to prop accounts, most people fail it because they don't have all it takes to actually be a real trader, right? Notwithstanding some people who want to fail you on their own, but most traders don't have what it takes. And it's very, very hard, right? So now, if you get to have a consistent routine, right, it keeps your emotions in check, right? Just like what we discussed yesterday, you want to set pending orders on your HFX. You come in, is the market doing this? Check. In fact, there was a time we had something checklist. We have some I forgot the name of that checklist. Before we enter any trade, we make sure that at least 4 of those checklists are checked, right, before we enter any trade. You can develop your own personal checklist. Let's say you're looking for a buy. Is the market in an uptrend? Fine. Am I seeing a clear support and resistance? Fine. Am I seeing this? Fine. Am I seeing this? Fine. Then you take your pending order or you just take your trade. When it comes to MT5, am I seeing this? Fine. Am I seeing like a box wave, clear strategy for box wave? Fine. Am I seeing my fair value gap? Fine. Am I seeing this? Am I seeing this? Am I seeing that? If they're all in check, you take your trade, right? Now, some of the things you can check here when it comes to a normal trading day is first to check news. Is there any high impact news around the time you are trading? Because high impact news get to affect the markets regardless, right? Is there any impact news around the time you're trading? Yeah. Another thing you should know, necessary things like what I said here, marking up key support zones, support and resistance zones, being able to mark it up because in fact, no matter how they say about it, that's like some of the most important things, right? Either your support and resistance, key zones, right? The third, what I'm showing you now is building a daily routine, what to do every morning or what on any session you're trying to trade, right? The third is you go over the trades of yesterday, go over your previous trades. I do that in fact, I've already gone through the news that happened last night to actually see what happened, check my rule of 4 as well to save my rule of 4. Um, I didn't trade the rule of 4 yesterday because, of course, right? I wanted to do that, bring on our funds from somewhere, just boom, from my account. Since the first news didn't go well, understand? But I know that is no matter how I want to quote it as trading rule of 4, that's revenge trading. I want to find a way and make back what I lost. So you get. So I discarded the idea immediately. Right. So you go over yesterday's trade, go over some trades I took even the day before yesterday and yesterday as well. I go over, see how the market actually reacted. All right. Then the last thing you do for that particular day is to trade your plan. All right. Is to trade your plan. Like I said, you can develop this plan for yourself, but I can guide you. Okay. Since I'm trading what's it called? I'm trading this for my MT5. I look at my charts, right? What am I seeing? Okay, this market is moving. This is like a clear downtrend. The news happened, and of course, the market wants to cover the gap created by the news candle. As I'm seeing here, it has covered the whole gap already. Now I'm seeing the market at a clear resistance zone because this is a high and this is another series of highs, right? So this can actually be a nice sell zone. So if I'm looking for a sell on this particular market, what do I need? One of my rule is, of course, is trending upwards, right? So for me to confirm that my sell is valid is when I go down to my 1 minute time frame, I need to see a new trend, a new downward trend on my 1 minute time frame. That tells me that the pullback has started, sorry, that the trend has finished. So that my 15 minutes pullback has exhausted and I can start selling, right? So looking at it, this is a very good zone for me. It's a very good zone for me in market this way. All right. I'm seeing a clear negative market. Now, coupled with, you can also add the daily bias to your plan. The market and today started at 12, 12, this is 12 midnight. And we'll say that for any daily bias, the market will first manipulate upwards before um before distributing. So this is still in our rule. Yeah, so I'm expecting the market to go up, which it has done already. Then next is to expect a nice sell. And where am I targeting? I'm targeting this low here at my target point for this particular sell move for this morning that I'm seeing. Right? So I've gotten like few points. I'm writing it out, right? Third, okay, I mentioned earlier my 1 minute time frame. So let me check my 1 minute time frame to see if I'm now seeing a clear downtrend. Right, I have a low. This is my high. This is my new low. This is my new high. Right. So has this low been taken out? Yes. After this high, my low has been taken out. So for my 1 minute time frame, the trend has changed from an uptrend to a downtrend. That tells me that this market is already selling. So what do I need to wait for? I wait for a reaction at a fair value gap, which is the fair value gap I'm seeing here. I wait for the market to get back in here. This is my entry. And I have my stop loss either above here or above here, as the case may be, because this is a fair value gap I expected already. So this is my entry. I'll get in here, targeting short position, targeting wherever. So for this particular trade, I'm risking 3.7 pips for possible. I just read the market has not let me behind, but I'll wait for possible. This is what I'm coming to. All right. This is what I'm expecting. I'll just chill and wait. Doing market will get there. So risking 3 pips for this is a crazy RR. All right. So these are what I'm waiting for. If the market leaves me behind, fine, cool. It has left me behind. All right. My own is not to go against my rule. Right. So now what do I do in my trading hours? What do I do when I'm trading? Number one, even before you start, say, know your session, right? Know your session, right? In fact, that was a strategy I've been working with a friend of mine, right? Now, according to the strategy, right, it works well on the London session. That's from 9 a.m. London time has changed. It's no longer 8, it's now 9. They've come back to +0 GMT, right? So for every 9, the strategy kicks in. Then New York is normal 4:30, right? So according to the strategy here, it works well with the London Open. But according to my guy in his journal, New York was best for him. So I told him simply stick with New York, leave London. All right. So I failed to mention journaling. This will help you. This helps you record. You can go back and see how you've been reacting, right, over the past few months, past few days, past weeks. All right. Journaling is very, very key. All right. Until you start journaling, you can journaling just like seeing yourself. Back in 2023, when I was actively, there's what you call actively journaling. I could see myself, I could see days that are not good for me. I can see a consistent pattern. Mondays, every Monday, something must happen that will make me end the day as a losing day. I saw this pattern for like one full month. Every Monday in this particular month is like this. At the time it was a Wednesday. Every Wednesday by a particular time. This actually made me adjust my trading time, right? At the time I traded 9, and I also did evening trades, right? I now adjusted. I was like, all my trades will end by 7 a.m. Right? I wake up in the morning like as early as 5, do my analysis. By 7, I'm done and I'm out of the market. I won't smell the market again till the next day. Now there was a month. All my early morning sessions were bad, right? I stopped that one. I saw it for like repeating itself for like 2 good weeks. And you know what? I was like, you know what? No more early morning sessions. Let me chill and wait for 8 o'clock and 8 30. Right. There was a point I cancelled trading on Fridays totally. Right. Sometimes you see where you need to cancel afternoon sessions, right? Or just take one session for your particular day. This is what journaling helps you with, right? This is what journaling helps you with. You see your real mistakes. You see it's crazy, like it's beautiful, beautifully crazy. So I advise journaling, right? Okay, like I said, during the trading session, have your, what's it called? Your plan, right? Know the session you're trading. Know the session you're trading. Number 2, avoid over trading. You already know all of this, right? Stick to your setups. If you like, normally someone would have thought, let's go back to that 1 minute time frame. Someone would have said, oh, this market has left me behind after that move here. But boom, I'm in. This is my entry. I'm in. Someone would have said, oh, the market has left me behind and jump into the trade. But no, you're not like that. You have a setup you're looking for. This is a clear fair value gap. You wait for the market to come back to it and have your SL right above here, and you're good. And you're good. Right? And you're good. So in this particular case, I've entered a trade now and it's active. Let me adjust this. Finally, the market came in here and I'm in. Right? You don't rush trades. Your setups and your confidences help you not to rush trades. You allow them to come to you and you take the trade. Right? Number 3, why trading? Now, sometimes we advise trading with your laptop, not your phone. Smartphone, maybe you're analyzing a trade, next thing you see a message, you see one notification, it can get really, really confusing, right? It can get really, really confusing. So when you can just avoid, keep social media aside, right? Just focus. That's one thing. Then after the trading session, right? Of course, take screenshots of your trades, your setups, your markup, like this now. You've already done this. All you need to do next is to have a markup, right? Not markup. Take a screenshot and come back later to see how the reaction is, right? In your journaling, write how and why you took that particular trade, what you saw, right? It can simply be, I saw a pullback on a 15 minutes time frame. That's what I'm going to write on this particular GBPUSD. I saw a pullback on the 15 minutes time frame. The pullback was to cover the imbalance created by the FOMC of yesterday, right? And the market got to the 50 on the 15 minutes chart, Euro and GBPUSD got to an area of double top, right? So I'm expecting a sell. So I went down to a 1 minute time frame. When I saw a break of structure, on the 1 minute time frame, that's when I knew my sell was imminent. So I was able to spot a fair value gap on the 1 minute time frame. That was my entry. Set up my SL was above the last high on the 1 minute time frame. And this is the last high. And I entered. That's what made you take the trade. This is exactly why you took the trade. All right. You break it down. You break it down. If it's a crazy trade, let's say you took a revenge trade, but like, okay, I took a trade before I knew it, the market hit my SL. So I felt that I'm going to be able to recover because I still believe the market is going to go my way. I entered like two more entries, two more losses bigger than the one I entered initially, hoping to recover. But then, it's your journal is you. Write it. Tell yourself the truth. You can't lie to yourself. You can lie to everyone, but not to yourself. All right? Don't chase losses. It's that simple. Don't chase losses. Right? Don't chase losses. I mentioned earlier that your journal helps you track your strengths and weaknesses. Is that it? Right? You writing this down, just you can use, in fact, that was let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me see. I'm coming. There are just but this one is not so detailed. But this was a back test I did on a particular. Let me see if I can get it. Did I share? I think I sent it to this place. Where's I'm coming? I hope I can see that too. Huh? Gosh, hope I can see that. USD one by. Let me search number negative. I'm going to show you. There are ways, right? There are ways you can actually go about this. We have okay, let me just. It's not that much, but I wanted to show you a file I created, right? A file I created one time. Um, a file I created one time, right? But I didn't see the file. In there are records, there are screenshots, everything, reason behind every damn thing. But all you're gonna have are just screenshots. Not that much anyway. Just a few of them, right? But I wanted to, certainly, I've forgotten what I saved that file with. I wanted to show you detailed trade reason. Like I did for one particular strategy for HFX on only Euro USD for a month, every day, 2 sessions a day, the London and the New York. Every day, I didn't miss any day, right? For 1 month. Compare the results, compare the accuracy. Right? I also did that for HFX, did that for MT5. Wrote down the whole, like it was well detailed. Right? This is what journaling helps you. It's like collecting data. All right. It's like collecting data. You get. So back to where we are. So what's the next thing? Right? Of course, I already told you, tracking your performance, the pair you traded, time, right? The session, right? What time in that particular session, right? The results, your entry, exit, all these details will actually help you. Get. Now, the good thing about this is that after joining this, within a month, right? This data you are collecting tends to help you. The setups that give you the most win, the pairs that give you the most win, the session that give you the most win, the RR that give you the most win. You know, you can be chasing 10 RR, 5 RR. But over time, you now see, 3 RR gives me the best too. There's no need chasing 10 RR. It's mainly 3 RR, 2 RR self that gives you the best win. Or you can say that long-term trades give you the best win instead of shorter trades. And these are things you get to see for yourself over time, right? Then, of course, to keep you running is to have your goal, right? What do I, on any account I'm trading, what is my target? Your target can be, I want to hit like just 10% of this account. Now, if you're having a profit, that's where this makes sense. But when you have like $100 account, 10% is like $10. Right? In a normal sense, it might not be that much, but when you have a real proper account, you see that 10% or 5% is actually enough, right? On a 5K account, 5% is like $250. $250 in Naira should be plus or minus 300 something K, right? That is what some people cannot even get in their normal job, right? You get like 100K, 200, 200 might be by connection and all that. As you want to work in Nigeria, all right? Now imagine when you now grow that your funded to like 50K, right? You buy the first 5K, you get the payout, take out a portion from it, buy another 5K, or take out a portion from it, buy another 10K. Accumulate those accounts till it gets to 50K. 5% of 50K, that's 25. That's just how it is. You know, over time, if you get to start understanding trade, you know that it's not even by flipping. Flipping is great, right? But over time, when you start handling like very large capital, yeah, like prop account capital. Let's say, imagine when you have a 200K account. You know, there was a time I messed up one time last year. I lost like 300K accounts. It's crazy. You know, I was like 300K accounts to carelessness. And I learned my lessons anyway. So you had passed that account, 5%, that's like 5K. Comfortable. 2%, that's like 2K. What else are you asking? That's enough to have you settle down and of course start looking for more, right? So that is it about it. All right. The most important thing is to focus on your progress, not perfection. You must not chase 100% accuracy. No, it's not about your accuracy. It's about how you get better. It's about how you get better in the whole game, right? So the essence of everything, have a clear trading strategy. Like your strategy should be crystal clear. And if you open any chart at any time and you're not seeing anything, just leave. Just leave, right? If you're not seeing your setup, leave. Choose another pair. Me, this is what I trade most, right? I trade gold, right? GBP USD, Euro USD. But mostly I trade DAX most of the time. I trade DAX most of the time, right? And you cannot see me trading DAX by New York session or when New York opens. No. If I'm trading DAX, my business with DAX ends max 12 p.m. Max 12 p.m. I'm done with DAX, right? Now it should be like 1 p.m. But anything we come afternoon with DAX, you don't see me there. With NASDAQ and US States or Dow Jones, you don't see me trading Dow Jones in the morning. There's no business trading Dow Jones or NASDAQ in the morning, right? I have a strategy. I used to trade this stock indices. FTSE. I rarely trade FTSE, but these are my main four indices pairs I trade majorly, right? Perhaps maybe with time or next month, I'll get to share with you how I trade this space. You can just add it to what you have, right? Add it to what you have, right? FTSE has a way. FTSE is like a woman, it moves, it's not aggressive, it moves so soft, right? But you need to, like a woman, you need to understand it for it to give you what you want. It's not as aggressive as Dow Jones. Of course, you know US 30 now. It's not as aggressive as gold because it's calm, like very, very calm. S&P 500, amazing too, but you don't always get to see it unless you trade futures, right? So you can actually easily trade S&P. But that's just it, right? Know what to trade, have a clear strategy. If you're not seeing it, it's okay to leave. Have some confidences. Set your daily routine, when and how you trade, and know when to stop, right? You can stick to one trade per day or three trades per day. In fact, I've shared this strategy with us, right? I call it the banana island. I don't know if you get it. The main thing is set the trade and let it go, right? If it's your stop loss, you know it's a bad day. If it's your TP, you know it's a good day. That's just it. I think this one was taken on Monday. If I'm correct, it was taken on Monday. It should make sense on the 15 minutes time frame. All right. This is it. All right. It was taken on Monday, right? Though uh I shared this with someone. We got out at averagely around here. That's when we got out like 1%, 50% of the actual move, right? But if we decided to extend this, right, it hit our TP at the end of the day, right? Because of course SL is below this zone. But you know how the market is with the whole spread and all. If I'd allowed this move, this is good. Good can be so crazy, right? It might have taken us out, right? But that's how it is. It might have taken us out. Because funny enough, stop loss is not at the break even. So we might have been stopped up on this trade with peanuts, right? But if you have stick with your stop loss being down here, this strategy itself played out. The aim here is simply chase 2%, sorry, 2RR. That's all. Times two of whatever you are risking. If you're risking 19 pips on gold, 19 pips on gold is like $19 with 0.01 lot size. That's how crazy it is, right? 19 pips on gold to take $39. That's good. We ended up taking something around 25 or so, like 25 pips, right? So that is just it, right? The same thing goes for, I didn't take record of that of yesterday, right? Now God is already making some amazing moves. What are you seeing? Is what it is, right? I'm ready. Have your play strategy. Now, this is my target zone for this particular GBPUSD sale, right? For us to get down here. To get down here, good. I've already gotten my entry. Together, we did that together from the 1 minute time frame. Now, you know the funny thing, when I'll be so comfortable with this trade is when this low is taken out on the 15 minutes time frame. When this low is taken out, that's where I might want to consider taking a second entry on this particular trade. Hypothetically, if I'm trading it, right? So once it breaks it, that's when I know that the pullback has started or the downtrend has started on this 15 minutes time frame. I got in early here. That's why breaking down to a lower time frame is very important, right? So like I said, have a know your short term and long term goals. Your monthly target can be 10% of my account. My daily target can be this, that. If I can make 1%, 0.5%, whatever it is, right? Or you can even work with points. When it comes to indices, we don't really count pips. You just say points, right? Your goal can just be catch. If I can catch 50 points a day, that's enough for me. 50 points, 20 points. I want to accumulate a total of 400 points in a week. How can I do that? Mark your setup, get your 50 points in and out. Or mark your setup, get your 30 points, get your 20 points. It mustn't be that big. So your target just to collect 20 points, 10 points on a particular trade. You're okay with 10 points. 10 points being good, and your surplus should be, let's say, 5 or 10, whatever the case is. In a week, if you're able to get like 40 points, in a month, if you're able to get like 100 points, 100 points with that's a relatively good amount of money regardless. 100 points by, if you're risking a dollar, a dollar per, that's like 0.1 loss size. A dollar per point, that's $100, right? If you are going lower, that's $10. If you're going higher, $10 per point, that's 1K. All right. So sometimes say you might even want to detach that money self, work with pips, work with points. My target just, I also want to collect like this month. I'm aiming towards 400 pips, 100 pips. And on any particular day, I want to lose more than 20 pips on any particular day. If I hit 20 pips loss or 30 pips loss and I'm done, right? I go again. All right. So that's it, family. I believe you got something. I believe you got something. It can only get better. I will keep growing in this. That's why you keep growing in this. You keep growing in this. Keep growing. All right, family. All the best. I believe you got something though. I believe you got something. If you did get, drop value on the group, right? If you did get, drop value on the group. So let's watch. It's an entry. Let's watch how this one plays out for today. We have our targets. So we'll allow it to run. Today is Thursday, so the market ends tomorrow. So watch out for your Friday setups. If they're delaying, just leave it for next week. All right. Cheers. Because it always gets better.